Hello and welcome to an algebra tutorial video about single variable inequalities. We are starting off a series about single variable inequalities, specifically talking about the four types of inequalities I can be working with. So what is an inequality? Well, sometimes we represent situations not when things are equal, but we want to think in terms of more or less. And we do this all the time, right? I want to earn more money when I work. I want to have more vacation time in the summer. Or I want to have less problems in my life. There's lots of times where we think about more or less, and we have patterns, relationships, stuff going on where that's really important to us. So in terms of math, and you're trying to use math to represent all these situations, we need to have ways to represent when things are not equal. All right, so there's four ways we go about doing that. We have this idea that things can be greater than. So again, one thing can be greater than something else. The other one is opposite. Something can be less than something else. So greater than, less than, what else is there, right? Well, we combine our inequalities, we combine this idea of more or less with the ideas of things being equal. So we can also have something greater than or equal to. So both of these things can work. So something is greater than or equal to. And the last one is less than or equal to. And in math, we have symbols to represent all these sort of ideas about stuff being more or stuff being less than. So when we're talking about greater than, a way I could represent this would be, here's some number x is greater than 5. So greater than, if something is greater than, it opens towards what is more. By the time of opening, think about it opens up like a door. There's the hinge right there, and then it opens up towards what's bigger. So that x, if I know x is bigger than 5 or more than 5, then I'm going to make a greater than sign opening up towards x. Another way to think about it is it points, made a little error there, points toward what is smaller. Or a better way to say that would be less. All right, so when I look at the symbols here, I know x is greater than 5. 5 is less than x. So I got a relationship going on implying greater than. If I know some number is less than, so say I want to use a less than, here's x is less than negative 1/2. That's how I would write that. Again, it's pointing towards what is less than, and it's opening up towards what is greater. Negative 1/2 is greater than what x is. Again, if I think about a number line, x could be -2, x could be -3, x could be -4. Anything to the left of the number line is less. Let me write that down. That's kind of a big idea. So left of the number line is less. We'll talk more about graphs and number lines as we get more into inequalities. I just want to define a lot of the symbols and stuff here. Okay, so we got greater than, less than. Now how do we represent when we have greater than or equal to? So if x is greater than or equal to a number, I would represent greater than, so x is bigger than, let's use 10. So here's x is greater than 10, it's pointing towards 10, so 10 is smaller. But it's also equal to, I kind of use half of an equal sign. So I put a little line on the bottom indicating that that number, whatever x is, it's greater than or equal to 10. Which means x could be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So those are bigger than 10. But it could also be 10 itself because 10 is equal to 10. So 10 could be a solution to that. All right. And lastly, let's talk about color here, less than or equal to, we simply reverse our sign the other way. So there's x is less than, let's do -5. x is less than negative 5. But if I put a line under it, now it becomes less than or equal to. So there you go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 different symbols that we're going to be working with. We're going to be using with graphs. We're going to be solving inequalities. We're going to be representing situations and interpreting different situations correctly and translating them into the right inequality. We're going to be working with a lot of these 4 symbols. So hopefully this is a good introduction to the 4 of them. And stay tuned for what's coming up next.